Hi everyone, no major news today, so let's get straight into the data and charts. Do me a quick favor and like and subscribe and watch the video till the end to help out the channel, and let's get started. Moving over to fear and greed, we stepped down to a 59 from a 63, even with markets going a little bit higher today. You can see just a slight step up on the S&Ps, still in greed here, strength, still in fear, continuing to trend lower, same on breadth, trending lower. Put call ratio elevating into fear now. VIX also elevating, still in neutral but going higher. Safe haven demand pulling back into regular greed, and then junk bonds still in extreme greed. Moving over to the economic calendar, core durable goods came in at 0.4, pretty good there on the month over month numbers. Headline number not great at all, still minus 0.8, better than the expectation but not good. Well below that flat number. Want to see those growing. You can see the previous was revised down pretty significantly as well, revised down from a 0 to a minus 0.8, so flat from a month to month basis, so not good. And then Michigan inflation data actually coming in a little bit better than expectations here at 2.7 versus 2.9, closer to that 2 target. And then looking at Atlanta Fed GDP, basically in line with expectations, and consumer expectations were actually a little bit better. Sentiment also a little better. Moving over to Max Pain, basically flat on the day. Price also basically flat on the day. Within $1 of Max Pain, but it did finish above it, basically flat here until next Friday, and then it starts to get really choppy into these next couple of weeks. We'll see if that ends up following through. And really, the further out you go, you can see Max Pain continues to go lower, all the way down to 10% lower for December of 25. Obviously, a very long time from now, but it's interesting to see all of that red in the market. Moving over to the charts, we'll do a quick wrap up before the weekend. You can see, did get the rally up continuation, hit the trend like we expected, very quickly rejected just like we expected, and then broke the level, selling off after hours, momentum bearish. 21 EMA would be your support here on the daily chart. That's 576.85, momentum bearish, RSI bearish on both charts. Would expect this to continue to fall. You had kind of a trend here, but it looks like we're falling below that after hours. And then your next support would be that 574.71 level. So realistically, this still looks quite bad. We did get the breakdown, retest, breakdown. And like I said, just continues to look pretty bad going into the Monday session. Moving over to the SPY on the Tasty charts here, you can see that big push up, hit that first ATR band. These are definitely trending lower at this point. Current support on the 4-hour chart is still the 89 EMA at 577.76. Which is about $2 lower. We'll see if that ends up holding. And then below that is the 144, which is all the way down at 573.95, which again, pretty substantial move down. That would be about $6, a little bit over 1%. And that's possible within the Monday, even Tuesday sessions. Volume did ramp on the sell as well. So everything continues to point towards bearish. Moving over to the NASDAQ through a massive wick. The high of day was all the way up at 528. Well above this previous high, and I bit way too hard on this. The rally was super aggressive, looked very, very good into the open. Doji kind of held support in here, and then we just got a massive down candle all the way back down to this trend here, which is continuing to hold. We'll see if that level continues to be important, but right now it is holding. 21 EMA also in there, 494.79 there on the hourly chart. And looking at the daily, still very much an uptrend, still looks very much like a topping pattern, and we still cannot break out. We've been watching all of these fake out breakouts, and this was yet another one. Broke my level, very quickly reversed from it. Can't seem to hold those gains. The daily chart did step to bullish momentum there for today's session, so that's a little bit interesting. We'll end up seeing if that follows through, but your current support is in here, basically at price, 494.83, just below it really, 494.72, somewhere in there. So momentum slightly bearish on the hourly chart, looking like it's going to hold in here, and the NASDAQ continues to look like the better of the charts. And then looking at the Tasty charts here for the NASDAQ, you can see we did actually flip back into bullish conditions on that super aggressive push. Like I said, I bit pretty hard on this, and I really shouldn't have. We got a huge reversal candle. It is still holding the 8 EMA, 494.45. Big volume on that up candle, which is part of why I was looking at it. Again, got chewed up on the down move, still holding a position. We'll look at that later, but we'll see how it plays. Right here, it certainly still could hold. Like I said, bullish conditions, and it continues to look much better than the SPY. Moving over to the Russell and the Dow, you can see the Russell was down 0.38, Dow was down 0.62. Momentum bearish, RSI bearish, everything looks terrible still. But the Russell did try to fake out breakout at 221.49, did touch that level, very quickly rejected from it. So we did get the slight continuation higher and then rejected, kind of like we expected. Again, I bit a little bit on this and it was annoying and I did get squeezed out, so that sucks. And then looking at the Dow, same thesis here, retested the trend, broke back down from there. Support is now for 1838. It has been in that same region. That's this consolidation here. At this point, looks like we're going to get a left shoulder head, right shoulder potentially, so waiting to see if this holds in here. If not, maybe it cuts right through. Moving over to the Mag 7, I just wanted to highlight that this did break out above that 283.46 level, which again is the only reason that I think the NASDAQ continues to look better. Mag 7 breaking out, momentum bullish, RSI still bullish here after retesting support. Big down candle Wednesday, continuation up. Big reversal Thursday, continuation Friday. Moving over to Apple and Microsoft. Apple continues to find support at that 21 EMA, came back up, retested the trend here, rejected from there, finished in the middle of the candle. Momentum bearish, RSI bearish, generally in line with what the NASDAQ did today. Similarly here, Microsoft, we got the breakout, retest here, retest again, and then gapped up and rallied, hit the level, still could not get above 429.88. Momentum bullish, RSI bullish. I still like Microsoft here. Looking for the breakout here to push to that 440 level. Moving over to Tesla and Nvidia. Tesla had another great day, 3.34%. It did gap down to the level 255.44, held that level, clean move here, broke out. Momentum bullish, RSI bullish. Next level 280.06. Looking to see how that plays. It's right at the top of the candle on the close, so everything looks good there. And then Nvidia, positive day, 0.8, still above the 140.76 level. Still looking for a push to this trend here around 146.34. Moving over to Amazon and Google. Amazon did hit the trend, did hit the level, finished 0.78 to the upside, but really it was a doji candle, so gapped up and dojied. Momentum swinging to bullish, still at clear resistance. We'll see how it plays. Right now, this is still a topping pattern for me. And then looking at Google, it did get a nice rally up after this dip low here, almost hit the 200, gapped up and rallied, so we're back into this consolidation, looking for a push to the 144, and then my level there, 170.95, and this looks a lot better here today than it did yesterday. Moving over to staples and discretionary. Staples selling off massive, hit the level 81.18, broke that level, next support 80.54, expected at least a double bottom, seems like we're closer to getting that. Momentum bearish, RSI bearish, and then discretionaries here, gapped up and rallied, broke the level 253 cents, and looking for a touch of that 203.98 level. Did throw a big wick after overthrowing this high. Could be just an initial test, and then we get the continuation here, falling just a smidgen after hours. It's right at the level, so it'll be interesting to see how this plays. Kind of a weird choppy market here with the push up, the test rejection, consolidation, breakdown, and then the massive gap up, tried to continuation, slight rejection. So we'll see if Tesla can continue to hold up discretionaries. It's kind of an interesting chart here, not super clear to me. Moving over to oil and gas, ended up positive 1 penny, super frustrating. Went super bullish early in the session, got all the way up to 135.95, almost hit the 21 EMA, continues to swing up here. Probably should have held this position. Momentum stepping up again, I don't know here. RSI still bearish, volume not super great. Still could not get above the level there, 135.07. I want to see this go bullish. I want to see it hold this higher low, and I still think that it will, but it's just been super choppy and it doesn't look super great. And then looking at transports, doji on the day really didn't do anything. Still held support at 69.29. Moving over to Breadth. Breadth continues to crater here just like we expected it to. Hit the level test, breakdown, looking for 36.60. What's interesting here is that markets really have not shown this kind of selling the way that Breadth is selling. Markets have held up very, very well. Underneath the hood, there is tons of selling happening, and Mag 7 is holding up markets, that's for sure. But how much longer can that last? 20-day breadth down nearly 15%, 50-day breadth down about 9.25, down to the trend line here. Very, very bearish. Closing on the lows of those candles. Momentum, RSI both look terrible. I would expect a little bit more follow through here. And eventually markets are going to go with this, in my opinion. Moving over to the VIX. The VIX had a big spike, closed above the 20 level, continuing to swing up. Momentum bullish, RSI bullish. VIX says it's going higher. I would expect 2250 at least. Then we'll see what happens once we get there. Is that going to be a triple top at that level, or is it going to break out and we're going to get a bigger sell? Still remains to be seen, but I do expect this to go higher. Moving over to my accounts, I am extremely disappointed in how I traded. I bit way too hard on the rally. I knew it was going to fail, and I still tried to trade it like it might hold. And then I was too stubborn to get out of those positions as they started to fail, and I just ate too much of that, which is very frustrating. Should have been a profitable day for me. Markets did basically exactly what I thought they were going to do, just with a little bit of hesitation, and I was just too stubborn in my trading, which is super unfortunate. In terms of positions, I did hold some puts going into the Monday down at 492 for a dollar credit on 2 of those. Again, the NASDAQ still looks okay. It does have some levels of support, still giving myself a cushion, which is about $3.50 lower, plus the $1 credit. So really the buy price is $4.91, which again is about $4 lower, about 1% lower. So fair amount of protection, being cautious on this one. If it starts to break down, obviously I'll take it off, but nearly everything is pointing to bearish, except for the Mag 7 holding in there pretty well. Let me know down in the comment section what you thought of the charts today. Are they going to swing back up? Is the NASDAQ going to hold up? Or when will Breadth start to take over? Otherwise, like and subscribe if you got any value out of this video, and make sure you hit the bell so you don't miss out on any future episodes. Of course, none of this is financial advice. This is all for entertainment purposes. Good luck in your trading and have a great day.